Welcome to Ghoulish Gab, always spooky, always under 7 minutes. And we are here today with a challenge for Cory. So a few weeks ago, you may remember that Cory tried to stump me by getting me to guess what B-movie, like horror movies, were real or fake. And so I have decided that based on my love of smutty little cryptid fucker books, I am going to describe some smutty little books to Cory, and he has to tell me if they are real or fake. Cory, are you ready?
I'm ready. I don't really know how I'm going to do because all I know about this style of books is that there's a lot of weird ones.
There's a lot of weird ones.
I know that a lot of weird, smutty, cryptid sex books exist. So it's going to be hard. I don't know where the line is drawn, if ever. So
there is no line. The line is non-existent.
All right, let's see how I do. You can play along at home.
All right.
Don't cheat.
First book, The Pisces. After a bad breakup, a depressed, love-addicted grad student named Lucy moves to Venice Beach, where she meets Theo, a swimmer who turns out to be a merman. This mysterious being forces her to confront her anxieties about love, lust, and meaning.
I'm going to say it's real.
It is real, because if you were paying attention, I was reading it during Homegrown.
I didn't notice that. But it just seemed, I'm like, that seems pretty, it seems like it had, I bet that's one of the earlier.
It's a 2019 novel by Melissa Broder.
Right.
All right. Number 2, Stalked by the Kraken. A matchmaking witch and a mysterious kraken make a 3-night contract for magic, leading to an obsessive, fated mate's romance with tentacles, breeding, and paranormal bathhouse scenes.
I'm going to say it's real. That
is real. That is a 2021 novel by Lillian Lark. And it's okay. All right. Number 3, Fates Entwined. Pearl is a simple woman. She just wants to live her life, play her guitar, and hunt some demons, like normal 23-year-olds. When she meets the dark and mysterious record producer named Xavier, she finds herself drawn to his presence. And when she discovers that Xavier is exactly the kind of beast she spends her night hunting, she must decide if the feelings he brings out in her are worth fighting her family's expectations and his fellow demon's hatred.
I want to say fake, but I'm going to say real.
It is fake. I came up with that one around.
Damn it.
If anybody wants to write these books, I'll read them.
I should have went with my first instinct. Okay.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut. All right. Ensnared.
Okay.
Small, delicate, pale-skinned Ivy is nothing like the other females that Catan has known before. As a spider tar, she's not like his kind at all. Yet from the moment he sees her, he knows the truth in his soul. They're mates. And now that he has her, he won't let anything take her away. And whether Ivy agrees or not, their webs are entangled.
I'm going to say real.
That is real. That is a 2021 novel by Tiffany Roberts. Also, can we talk about the creepy lack of consent in that blurb there? Whether Ivy agrees or not? No. I haven't read this one because that one just... That and Spider Tor. I don't know.
Spider Tor.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Next one. Live, Laugh, Lurk. Nothing could be worse than having to take a temporary job in a spooky old college town until I discover that I'm living downstairs from a terrifying Mothman. The only thing I want to do is get back to my old life as soon as possible, but then I realize that the most terrifying thing about Mothman is his obsession with well-made lamps. And I notice how good his backside looks during our shared yoga class. Slowly, he wraps himself around my heart. Will I be able to shake off the sparkly moth dust when it's time to go home?
I'm going to say fake.
Real! That is a 2024 novel by Elsie Winters, and that might be my 4th Mothman novel I read because...
Oh my gosh.
Because, I mean, apparently Mothman does yoga. I'm in. All right.
Why wouldn't Mothman do yoga? Okay.
Next one is called Muscles and Monsters. Leviathan Fitness is known for monsters, muscles, and Wolven who rescue damsels in distress. After a wedding cake catastrophe, local decorator Tegan finds herself being helped by a solid wall of fur and fangs named Atlas. She's never met anyone like him and finds herself enamored by his wolfish charm. After their sweet encounter, she signs up for a membership at Leviathan Fitness, and primal desires emerge as Atlas and Tegan test how much their new love can lift.
Fake?
Real!
They're all...
It's a real novel from 2022 by Ashley Bennett.
It's just... Okay, someone wrote that and put that out.
Okay, next. Sweet Fruit. In this romantic comedy, humans and were-creatures live in harmony. Well, mostly. The stigma surrounding the nocturnal members of society leads to some pretty heated council meetings. When Henry, a descendant of fruit bats, decides to hit the campaign trail with a heavy stance on these social issues, he is met with a lot of pushback. In an attempt to bridge the gap, he hires Hannah, a young human intern with golden hair, golden skin, and a golden heart. As they work through the red tape together, they find themselves in more than a few steamy situations. Now they have to figure out how to navigate not only the prejudice of their community, but the ethical problems of an office romance.
Real?
Fake! I made that one up! Alright, I got one more.
Okay, alright.
The Lady and the Orc.
Yes, of course.
He's the most feared monster in the realm, and she's what he needs to win this war. In a world of warring orcs and men, Lady Nor is contempted to a childish marriage, a cruel lord husband, and a life of genteel poverty, until the day her home is ransacked by a horde. And leading the charge is their hulking, deadly orc captain, the infamous Grimmar. And Grimmar has a wicked plan for Lady Nor, and for this never-ending war once and for all. A ruthless commanding warlord with a velvet voice and mouth-watering scent, he has awakened every hunger she never knew she had, but Grimmar refuses to accept half measures in war or in pleasure.
It's real.
It's real.
Sure.
2024 by Finley Fenn. Tell me about your creepy monster fucker books. Give me some recommendations. Or come up with a plot so that I can try to get other people to write them. Okay, bye.
Bye.